I called you out here today because I think I found something. And I didn't really look around too much, but it's something that I know and I kind of remember, and there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of information, and I don't even know where to begin. So let's go take a look.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So this is what I found.
Okay.
Oh, then.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is
It's
a building.
Yeah.
Diorite path.
Yeah, there's a reason for the diorite. You'll find out soon.
No joy. No more.
Yeah. And it kind of reminds you of something too, doesn't it?
Yeah, everything's floating like at the main portal.
Mm-hmm. But there's books everywhere. I took a peek at a couple of them, but I didn't read all the way through.
Enigmatic's Retreat.
This one's The Sylvan Silence.
Oh, there's one over
The
here.
Knight's Hoard.
The Siren's Drowning.
The Eternal's
Always
Fall.
Falling.
And then there's a few up here too.
Yeah.
These are the ones that I kind of peeked at. The Scholar's Lesson
A Tired Traveler.
and a Final Plea. I think out of everything, maybe we should start with the Final Plea.
A warning to the future to the architects who come after us. I write these words as both a warning and a plea. You will not remember what came before. Not truly. The faces, names, the choices we made will fade each lifetime, but the weight of our flaws lingers, carved into this world. Who knows how many lives you've lived, what names you've gone by, what things you've done. By now you know the truth. We are the same, you and I. You are but a sliver of what we were, a gilded fragment of a shattered whole. How many cycles have passed? I no longer know. This world, your world, is our desperate attempt to fix the disaster we caused and break a cycle. The Eternal and the Enigmatic stood with me. They tried to help. The others turned away. Some were broken, some defeated, some simply unwilling to see. It was no one's fault, and yet it was all of ours. We were only human in the end, flawed, fallible, and the greatest of those flaws was our failure to learn. We were strong together, but we let division unravel us. Of course, we may bicker and fight. Of course, we may not always see eye to eye, but when the call is made, we must answer. We must move as one, or we will remain trapped in this cycle forever. The three of us discovered a path forward, a way to create a new world, untouched, unburdened by the past. But the cost was uncertainty. Would we remember ourselves? Would we still be architects at all? Fear held us back as a group, and some of us wanted nothing but believing it would unlock a greater strength, an ascension of sorts. If our failsafe worked, if this library has appeared in your world, then I beg you, move forward. Step into the unknown, together. Forgive your fellow architects. Let go of what was. Accept the world as it is, in all its beauty and all its flaws. Do not make our mistake. The Lorekeepers. The Scholar, the Enigmatic, the Eternal. That was a lot.
I think the Scholar one I might read out loud, so I'll try my best to not get tongue-tied.
Okay.
Good luck.
The Scholar hungered for knowledge, and their only desire was to fill the world with words. They set forth with a heart brimming with endless curiosity, building great libraries. Towering castles rised from the earth, their walls lined with books that held the secrets of the architects. They gathered stories, uncovered lost knowledge, and even created knowledge of their own. Their books taught others how to build iron farms, how to tend to bees, how to bring life to the architect's stories. But curiosity is a flame that does not know when to stop burning. The scholar sought to test the power of their words. They wrote stories of a secret order, a dark group sworn with diorite blades, meeting in hidden tunnels beneath the earth, conspiring against those who refused to join them. They chronicled and brought life to the dangers of the depths of the creeping skulk that spread under the siren's power. And with ink and paper, they created the first rift amongst the architects. Once, knowledge had been freely shared. Now it was hoarded. Suspicion grew where trust once stood. Stubborn and unyielding, the scholar refused to be denied. What knowledge was not given, they took. They slipped through hidden tunnels, stealing what they deemed too valuable to be lost. And in their arrogance, they did not notice the division they were causing. Their library walls became lined with stolen knowledge, guarded by the very diorite followers their stories had conjured into existence. The strain among the architects deepened, none more so than with the Wanderer, whose books told of Everdale, of wolves and werewolves, of adventures unbound. To him, these stories were more than ink on a page. They were a piece of his soul. The Wanderer came to reclaim them. The scholar stood firm. Knowledge must be preserved, collected, they argued, that the books were free to be read, that nothing was truly taken. The Wanderer did not agree, and when words failed, he let his fury speak instead. The scholar sat amid the wreckage of their once proud library, the echoes of the Wanderer's rage still ringing in the shattered halls. And in that moment, amid ruins of what they had built, a strange sense of relief washed over them. They were no longer bound by their own knowledge, and with this revelation, their eyes opened to a far greater truth. Their world was falling apart. The architects, once the pillars of creation, had become divided, their hearts blackened by corruption, their hands tearing apart what they had once built together. A world that had thrived under unity was now unraveling, frayed by ambition, fear, and greed. And the scholar, who had only ever sought to preserve knowledge, realized they had been the first to break it. Regret settled deep within them. They vowed to restore what had been lost, to mend the architects before the damage was beyond repair. But it was too late. The world had already been doomed. The scholar knew then that they could not save what had already crumbled, but perhaps, just perhaps, they could ensure that the next cycle would not repeat their mistakes. With tattered robes and weary hands, the scholars set out on their final task. Not to gather, not to take, but to warn, to leave behind a message for the architects yet to come, a warning not to let division define them, a plea to not let history repeat. So what do we do?
Well, if we're trying to change fates, maybe you don't go on a rampage.
There's the fun in that.
No rampage.
Yeah.
Off.
Forgive your fellow architects.
Talk it out.
Yeah.
Offer them food.
I don't want to talk it out.
Food.
You could offer them potatoes.
Yeah, they like potatoes.
They love potatoes. Maybe last time you didn't offer to trade for potatoes.
You're not helping the cause. I don't like potatoes.
But Blockade loves potatoes.
Ugh.
That was the point. Blockade loves potatoes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna read the rest of them on my own time, but I guess there's one more book. It's written by me, or one of me. Yeah, a tired traveler. It says, "Despite the state of the world, it is not too late, architect. No matter how dire things seem, your fate remains in your hands alone. Learn from our mistakes. A new path awaits. Whether we remain as we are or become something else, we will always be architects, creators. forever guided by imagination and wonder. Greater things await us. When you are ready, this portal awaits, ready to lead you to the next adventure. This portal?
That portal?
Don't touch it.
No touchy. No touchy.
No touchy right now.
But it's shiny.
Back away from the...
Yeah, but this
Back
book
away from
also
the
says
portal.
that we all have to agree on going.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, step into the unknown together. Even if I forgive Cade and move on, it doesn't mean Cade will forgive me and move on. Or Crypt, or Bella, or Hingy, any of them.
But what does Cade have to forgive you for? You're not the one who stole stuff.
Well, yes, but you know what I mean. We're not exactly on the same page.
True. That's true.
We've all been divided from the beginning.
Yeah.
So here's where we're at. Again. And again, they want to force me to give up. To just let it go. Let it slide. Why do I always have to be the bigger person? Why can't the scholar for once just do the right thing? What, this book here? The Tired Traveler? Yeah, I am tired. I'm tired of the same thing over and over and over again. Oh, and I've changed before, and it look, we're just another loop, another. I'm just as crazy as the keeper himself. What do you mean? You're tired too. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not just dragging myself through this, am I? Okay. We'll try again. It's earlier this time, so I'm sorry.